Welcome to our live streamers who are joining us via Facebook and via our YouTube channel. Just know that we are so delighted that you are here with us this morning as we continue our celebration here at the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. We are a Science of Mind community, and our talk for today is Who I Am Reflects Who I Am. And this is part of our July series is Wholly Complete No Matter What. And so our service will follow this order, perhaps. I come out of a tradition before coming into Science of Mind where we were always reminded that the Spirit really has control of what's going on. So we have an outline that may follow in that order, and that order is, we will say together our statement of being, which reflects our mission, purpose, and statement. We will have a contemplative thought, a reflective quote to think about for a couple of minutes. Our opening prayer is brought forward this morning by Reverend Cindy Harp. Our musical inspiration is A Blessing to the World. And then I will come back with our talk this morning is Who I Am Reflects How I Am. And so let us say together now our statement of being, and the words will be on the monitors. We believe that life is good, that God is all there is, and that love is the only power. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, bringing the gifts of active compassion and kindness to the world. Our purpose is to transform lives, build dreams, and reveal God through education, music, prayer, service, generosity, and play. And now we will take a few moments, actually 2 minutes, to reflect on our contemplative thought for the day, and the words will be on the monitor. What would my life be like if I was authentically myself in every relationship?
Now, as we come back to this time, this place, this space, joining together our hearts and minds, we recognize and affirm that there is only one life, one perfect, whole, and complete energy, essence, and spirit from which all being arises. This one is perfect. It is always whole. And each and every one of us arise from within this wholeness. Each of us is inextricably one with this one. Therefore, we are not separate. We are not separate from each other, and we are not separate from our source. So right now, we join together in this service of celebration. What are we celebrating? I am celebrating the truth of our being, the truth that which we call spirit, God, life, nature, divine essence, whatever we call it, it is what we are. It is what I am. And I know this truth is true for each and every one because we are not separate, but one. I know that as we turn our thoughts to that which is desired, that which is good, that which is uplifting, that which is powerful, that same divine essence within us arises and answers our call with the divine yes. So right now, I place my divine word into that medium which makes all things perfectly according to my word. And I know that this celebration is a success for each and every one of us in whatever way we need it to be. I know that we are inspired, uplifted. I know that as we speak our truth with absolute conviction, the divine yes creates that form. This is the truth that I'm celebrating right now. I know that as we know the truth, that which we desire, and we place our absolute conviction behind it, something great arises. Something comes forth and produces that form in greater ways than even we can imagine. So right now, I give thanks for this time together, this time of reminder, this time of celebration, this time of creation and co-creation. We are truly blessed in that we are able to join together in this way. And I give thanks for the efforts of each and every person that makes it possible, and each and every person that joins in this experience, whether now or at another time, thanks to the miracles of technology. So I just say thank you for all of it. And I release this word knowing that it produces perfectly that which we demand of it. We are grateful. And if you care to affirm this word with me, please say with me, and so it is.
So it is.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, Spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the heart, I am the hands. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the heart, you are the hands. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the heart, we are the hands. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the heart, I am the hands. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the heart, you are the hands. I am the heart, I am the hands.
I'm on? Yeah. I love the words to that song because it really ties in with our title for today, Who I Am Reflects How I Am. And there was something in me that wanted to unmute and say, the words are there, sing along, because it just brings more of the energy into the space. And so, again, welcome to the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. We are delighted that you are here with us this morning as we continue our series for July, which is Whole No Matter What. Each one of us in our own way is a living proclamation of what we value, what we believe, and what we're willing to stand for. The German writer Goethe put it this way: we are shaped and fashioned by what we love. And think about that for a moment. Bring to mind something that you dearly love. It could be another person, it could be a furry member of your family, it could be an object, it could be a place, what it is that you love that really brings a smile to your face and shapes other aspects of the love aspect of life. Who we are on the inside reflects how we express ourselves on the outside. And our relationships can reveal how we live and how we view the world, which in turn reflects how we view ourselves. And each time I hear this statement or read it about the mirror being a reflection, I have to go, ouch. Because when I think about some of those reflections that come back to me, and I'm going, is this what I am really projecting? This is not what I want to project. And so it's an opportunity, even though it's an ouch, it's an opportunity for me to go back within and say, okay, what is it that I truly want to project out? Because I know it's going to be reflected back to me. And so the more we can uncover our parts, remove our mask, and be authentically ourselves, the more we can see the divine in each person and in each experience that we encounter. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, wrote in New Editions, the Notebooks of Ernest Holmes. This is from volume 2 on page 15. Since God does not manifest itself alike in every person, being unique in each, no person need feel out of place in the universe in which they live. There is something right for each one to be and do. I don't often delve into the realm of politics because it's an area that is very sensitive, it's very divisive, and yet sometimes there are issues that I think we need to bring into the spiritual environment so that we can unpack it and take a spiritual look at it. In the world of effect, what we're witnessing is the increasing conflict between the United States and Iran, raising questions about regional stability, energy supplies, and shipping through one of the world's most important oil routes. And I'll just make a note of this. The last time I filled up my car, the gas was $4.89. I filled up yesterday, it was $4.99. And that included a trip from the Manteca area back to Monterey and a week's worth of driving here in Monterey. So I get really good mileage off of my car. But in that span of about a week, the gas price had increased by almost $1, or it had increased significantly, I'll put it that way. Math was not my forte in school. Reverend Scott Arbery, he is a retired Center for Spiritual Living minister, and he writes an article that I subscribe to. It is called Spiritual Passages. And he offers this spiritual reflection for us to consider. And he says, the renewed fighting can be seen as a metaphor for how old wounds can become new battles. And the same pattern persists in us. And then what I'm going to read that follows, I swear Scott was tapping directly into and channeling my experience. So I'm going to be reading this as we, and I want you to know that it's also I. What he said about these conflicts is that we carry a quarrel, an estrangement, or resentment for years, even when there is no face-to-face contact. Think about that for a moment. The other person may no longer be present, but the energy of the feud remains within our consciousness, shaping how we see life, how we interpret others, and how guarded we become. Forgiveness does not mean pretending the harm was acceptable, nor does it require reconciliation or the loss of healthy boundaries. Forgiveness does not mean pretending the harm was acceptable, nor does it require reconciliation or the loss of healthy boundaries. Now, here's the promise of forgiveness. We talk a lot about forgiveness in our teachings and in other New Thought, metaphysical, New Age type movements. There's often this conversation of forgiveness. Forgiveness really means refusing to let go of the past that continues to govern our inner life. To truly let go, we must release the demand for a different past and the need to win an old argument. And what I've discovered in my decades on the planet is that I don't win an argument. It always winds up with generally a lose-lose or a continuation of a conversation that should have stopped years ago. This is my own experience. I'm sharing with you this morning. I'm being vulnerable. We can remember without reliving. We can maintain boundaries without hatred. And we can choose peace without denying the truth. We can maintain our boundaries. We can actually forgive without reliving the experience. And in doing so, we stop feeding the conflict and reclaim our freedom. So it's like, getting enough air to get a fire going to get that circulation. And so when we feed, or when I feed that conflict that I'm still holding on to, that quarrel, that resentment, or whatever it is, when I feed it with thoughts that bring back that old wound and continue to open it up, it's not helping me. The other person's going on and living their lives. You know, they could care less what's going on with me. It is when I choose a different fuel to flame that with, I can reclaim my freedom and stand in the authenticity of knowing who I am, whose I am, and why I am. And that is, I am an expression of the divine. And I say this and offer it as a truth for each one who is here. Gandhi said it this way: what is true of individuals is true of nations. One cannot forgive too much. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. So we're at a choice. We can remain weak and hold on to those grudges, those frustrations, those disappointments, or whatever. Or we can take the high road. And we can remember to let go and to let God bring about the resolution. Prentice Hemphill wrote in What It Takes to Heal an expansion on the Holmes quote: all of life is relationship, and the quality of our relationships is affected by the mask we have learned to wear that hide who we truly are. You know, some of our masks are hiding behind glasses. I think some of you who have been coming here on a regular basis may recall me going through my eyeglass change when I had cataract surgery. You know, the vision was corrected so that I could see distance, and yet I still needed readers. So I'm, you know, switching back and forth. One of my visions, one of my dreams was that I would always have, you know, have these readers. I thought they were so cool until I was switching out and finding the right power to read by. And so finally I said, okay, enough is enough. I'm going back, I'm going to get a clear vision, the transition lenses that I had before, with the reader embedded at the bottom. So I wear one pair of glasses to be done with it. The little things that we do. All of life is a relationship. The masks are passed down. And when we know how and why a mask or a part of it came to be, we know that it can shape our faces. And again, we have the opportunity, once we unpack what is behind this mask, why am I continuing to wear this mask? Then we gain an understanding. An understanding is merely getting underneath something and examine it from the bottom up. Again, our lives work from the inside out. Everything changes when our emotions are freed, and we can relate to each other in an undefined way by finding the path to another. And so it is through our conversations that we're going to be beginning today following service and having for the next few Sundays here at the center about the transition that we're going through with my stepping down at the end of September. Starting those conversations to unpack what it is that we really vision for this community. Remembering that the community does not end with me. There have been other ministers that have come and have gone and have served this community. Principle remains the same. The community remains the same together. And so what we're going to engage in is creating a path that offers a guideline, if you will, for us to continue. And it's not about solutions. It's about raising the vibration and gathering the ideas of what it is that the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living is seeking to continue and to expand its vital presence here in not only in the city of Monterey, but a part of our global presence through Centers for Spiritual Living. Science of Mind teaches that there is no healing to be done merely a revealing of truth. To see this truth in ourselves and others, we are invited to remember that when we talk to each other, we're talking to God. We're talking to Spirit. We're talking to the infinite. We're talking to whatever resonates with you as a higher power. We cannot have God or Spirit or this creative intelligence in the chamber of prayer and not on the street corner. It is in operation in all places and at all times. You know, we used to laugh at the street evangelists, especially when I worked in downtown San Francisco. I worked at that famous intersection near Powell and Market, the cable car turnaround, and all of the activity that takes place if you're familiar with San Francisco. And there would always be a street evangelist on one of the corners with their little megaphone, and they're proclaiming the truth as they understood it, and the truth that they chose to share with those who were passing by. And sometimes there would be conflicting individuals on street corners. And so I would observe them. The building that the office space that I had overlooked Market Street, so I could follow these exchanges that were taking place. And the evangelists who had been there established for a long time would go across the street and tell the other person, no, you've got to go find your own location. This is my spot. So where is it in our lives that we claim those spots? We claim that territory for ourselves without including others who may have a differing idea, who may have a different message to present. Science of Mind teaches us that there is no healing to be done, merely the revealing of truth. And so when we can clearly see the nature of our relationships, we become more skillful and authentic in our interactions. And we see that there are ways of relating that allow us to come and to connect. And so we can meet each other right where we are, right here, right now. We're not bypassing our history. We're moving forward from the knowledge of it. So we're not asked to drop what our history has been. We learn from that history. And I was reflecting, I was in meditation the other morning, and this idea of forgiveness came up. I'm reading Reverend Verona Garland, who was a guest speaker here at the end of June, has published a new book, and it's called Flying Out of Debt. And I think Reverend Verona may have shared with you that she was previously an international flight attendant. And in the book, she shares her experience of how life circumstances created situations where she was deeply in debt, and the tools that she used, practicing the principles of science of mind, and how she moved out of that debt. And forgiveness was a key part of that. And I was thinking about those experiences in my life that are ongoing opportunities to forgive. And that is in the workplace, in social settings, in other areas of my life where promises were made or commitments were made. And coming out of the tradition of the South, I was raised with your word as your bond. And then when promises are not fulfilled, commitments are not made, or the person making the commitment all of a sudden has amnesia, you know, it's quite a letdown. It has been quite a letdown for me. And so I was sitting there and reflecting on some past experiences, and I said, here's something else that I'm holding on to that is keeping me in bondage. And now it is time to let that go. And so authenticity is the foundation for deep connections. Being authentic means being willing to tell the truth of our experience as messy, complex human beings. And I add for us this reminder that We are spiritual beings living in this human experience. The human experience does not define who we are. It is just an aspect of living in this life. There are risks and rewards for being authentic, as many of you may know. Authenticity is a root of vulnerability, of intimacy, of relationship. And when we take our mask off, we invite others to do the same. This is where true commitment and true relationships really begin, when we decide to drop the mask, or to drop the fight, as someone told me. It said all it takes is one person to drop the fight. And of course, I'm being righteous and fueling my position and say, well, I'm not dropping the fight because I didn't start the fight. Reminder, it only takes one person to drop the fight. Brian Platchett wrote in It's Okay to Be Perfectly Human, begins with asking this question: why do we nag and criticize ourselves? Why do we nag and criticize ourselves? Perfection is one reason. We expect ourselves to be perfect, and when we aren't, we shame ourselves. We dig trenches of negativity that tells us that we're bad, we're flawed, and we're broken. Remember, we began our series with the topic, No Bad Parts? And that is to accept all of us, the totality of who we are, our own authentic selves. Driving ourselves to achieve and to become better is a good thing. It allows us to set achievable goals, pursue our dreams, and to make the world a better place. However, let us be mindful that drive can become imbalanced when it overtilts into egotistical, shameful, or never good enough attitudes. What if? Just what if? When we catch ourselves launching a negativity attack against our own self-images, that we pause and we take that breath and we name one good character trait that we possess, or one quality that we like about ourselves. Here at our center, we practice visioning, the spiritual practice of visioning, which was developed by Dr. Michael Beckwith, who is the founder of the Agape Spiritual Center in Southern California. And in the visioning process, the Sunday morning is just a snapshot of the visioning process. And then on Tuesdays, we gather as a community to vision. And one of the questions in the visioning process is asking, what gifts do I bring to this vision? Whatever it is that we're visioning for, we ask, what gifts do I bring? And the gifts invite us to go within and to identify those good character traits that we possess. Like I bring the gift of compassion, or I bring the gift of forgiveness, I bring the gift of love, I bring the gift of insight, I bring the gift of reaching out, crossing the divide, or whatever it is. So these are ways of reminding ourselves that we're good, that we're teachable, and that we're lovable. And this practice often turns off the negativity switch in our minds. And by adopting the practice of affirming and accepting ourselves, we intentionally lower the unattainable bar of perfectionism, and we allow ourselves to be perfectly divine and perfectly human. And so as we wrap this up this morning, relationships are the crucible for our growth and our evolution. We each experience the world differently and have our own parts and masks that hinder us from living authentically and from seeing the wholeness of ourselves and of others. As we learn to embrace our thoughts, our bodies, and our vulnerabilities, they allow us to embrace and to show our authenticity. And it deepens our relationship with others making them more meaningful. Authenticity allows for vulnerability and intimacy. Embracing all of who we are enables us to see through the apparent, to realize at the center of every person's soul, God is enthroned. And throughout this week, I invite us to explore and reflect the relationships and the vulnerability that we embrace in our lives. And I offer this quote from Emergent Strategy by Adrienne Marie Brown. And this will lead us into our spiritual mind treatment for the morning. Life is not happening to us. We're learning to be in the actual current moment and to recognize we have choice. And so let us turn within. As we recognize that choice is an aspect of being a divine expression of spirit. This one light, this one power, this one presence, this one energy that unites all into and holds everything in perfect harmony. Within this place of harmony, within this place of wholeness, we connect with the divine, knowing that we are individualized expressions of it. And as we remember that we are individualized expressions of the divine, we create that container, we create that openness to see the divine in everyone, in every experience that we interact with. And so this morning I declare that there is a peace that is within my entire being. And that peace is influencing how I live my life, how I see myself showing up on the planet. And I know that as I embrace this truth of peace and harmony and wholeness, as I embrace this aspect of authenticity for myself, knowing that it is true for me, I also know that it is true for all people in all places. And so I honor places where people are gathering in the name and nature of oneness, proclaiming the truth that God is all there is. When we move away the dogma, when we move away the rituals, when we move away the ceremonies, all of these enhance this basic truth that God is all there is. And when we step away from the rituals, from the dogma, we return to that place. We return to that place of the heart where we know that we all are each one with the divine. I bless individuals who are experiencing transitions in their lives. Perhaps a transition of a loved one who has stepped off of this mortal plane, has put a period at the end of the chapter in their book of life and has turned the page into an exciting new adventure. And they're saying, what's next? What's next in this grand experience for me to encounter, for me to embrace, for me to expand on? Yes, we're saddened, we mourn and we grieve at the absence of their physical presence, and yet each time we remember them, they live on in our hearts, in our minds, in our stories, and in our lives. And I also speak a word of blessing for those who are experiencing other life transitions. They're to transition for right and perfect housing, right and perfect financial livelihood, right and perfect relationship, right and perfect travel. Whatever it is that we're experiencing, knowing that it is all ordered by the divine. And letting go of attachments to a specific outcome creates the opportunity to just experience the vastness of the divine that is operating without ceasing. And so for this and so much more, I am eternally grateful. Releasing this word into that log, which always says yes, I just allow it to be so. And if any of what I've said resonates with you in any way, please affirm it as we say, and so it is. And we have an affirmation for the week, and the words are on our stream. The words will be on our screen. There we are. I invite us to say this together, and let's say it together 2 times. I am God expressing into life. I am God expressing into life. Isn't that a powerful statement? I am God expressing into life. And now is our opportunity to share in the practice of giving. It is time to support financially not only our center here in Monterey, but to support the outreach that we provide. We tithe a portion of what we receive as your tithes and offerings. We tithe out 10% of that to our home office or to other organizations that are doing work in the community that reflects the spiritual principles and practices of Science of Mind. And so we thank you for the way that you continually support this community through your loving gifts. We have a statement of abundance. I invite us to say that together now. I recognize the presence of God within as a source of my abundance. Out of my abundance consciousness flows everything I could desire in life. With gratitude and thanksgiving, I now participate in the flow of uninterrupted abundance. This prosperous experience is evidence of my abundance consciousness. And so there are ways to contribute to the center. For those of you who are here in the center, there are envelopes in the seat pockets in front of you. I invite you to place your donation in there. Thank you to those who mail in your donations or are part of our online community that donates. If you mail in your donations, mail them to P.O. Box 804, Monterey, California 93942. You may also text to give at 831-246-9694, or you may donate online to montereycsl.org and click on the donate button. And thank you for that. And so to our YouTube and our Facebook families that are viewing us, we invite you to join us next week as we continue our July series, Whole No Matter What, with the topic, What We Believe About Wholeness, recognizing that no one is left out of this equation. And when we deny someone's wholeness, we deny God. So we appreciate you, we thank you, and we love you.